Hi guys, and welcome back to another video of my series on how to write generic music. So after taking a lot of time to make some high effort shit posting with my last few videos, this one is going to be a quick one again, and what better genre for that than some good old classic punk rock. So the rules are simple. The song is no longer than 2 minutes, has just like 2 or maybe 3 parts to it, nothing special, and the parts consist of maybe like 4 or 5 chords in total. And to keep it extra authentic and raw, I will not use any click, so the rhythm is going to be completely free. And also I will just record every instrument in just one take and keep some of the mistakes I made because that kind of fits to the genre.
Alright guys, let's go and let's keep it simple. First of all, let's tune the guitar. No, actually not. We are doing punk rock, so hell no, we are definitely not going to tune any instruments today, because that would be just fake and untrue. So yeah, that's the first thing, not tuning your instruments, and the second thing is not working with a click, so I'm going right from my guts when I record these riffs here. Alright, let's come up with some verse riff first, and I'm only using power chords and also not that many, maybe just... Yeah, that should work. I like the ending with the nip. Alright, I just recorded the second time. Let's come up with some chorus melody, also just using power chords, but a bit different ones. Nice. Alright, that's our chorus. We are reusing this as a kind of a main motive. Yeah, let's record some more verses, some more choruses. Let's get a general structure in here, and then we come up with other parts. Oh, and I will record these like one by one first and then re-record it in one single take in the end. So what we got now is 2 verses, 1 short chorus, 2 another verses, and then double chorus. And then we are basically like in the middle of the song, because it's like about not even a minute, like 50 seconds or 40 seconds. So let's come up with some small, super easy intersection here and then continue with the chorus, I guess. I came up with something that is just using a single note here and then builds up with this thirds. Let me show you what I mean here. And then we are right back into, I guess, the verse. So let's record a verse here. Alright, let's add an intro to that, which is just mimicking the first verse just on one single string, and we should be fine with that. Alright, and that's our full song structure. So we got the small intro, 2 verses, 1 chorus, 2 verses, 2 chorus, the little intersection part, build-up part, another 2 verses, 2 chorus, and that's it. That's like 1 minute 40 seconds and perfect time for the song. So let's re-record all of that in one single guitar first, and I also feel like in these little breaks in here, there have to be some slides, some down slides. So I will add them more or less randomly. Maybe also with the other guitar more or less randomly, so that sometimes they slide together, sometimes just one of them. So it's just a bit chaotic. Alright, there we are. I just recorded the guitar in one take and doubled it. And yeah, that's how it sounds like so far. So I guess that's already it for the guitar work. Let's go for some bass then. Alright, so for the bass, same thing. Not going to tune it first and just double the root note as always. Yeah, I don't know. If you're a bassist and watching, I'm sorry. Oh, and this time I will actually use my fingers to finger the bass, which is something I usually just don't because I'm really not good at it. But it's punk rock, so it's fine. I'm gonna get away with more mistakes, so let's just go for it and record some bass over here. So for the intersection part here, which is kind of building up in its nature, I want to go up with the bass as well. So I'm starting off with the root note, basically doubling this D D D D D D D D D D D D D D D, then going a fifth over that, and then an octave over that. And it's going to sound amazing. Check it out. Awesome. And the rest is just first chorus again. So I just re-recorded the bass in one take, so it's all together. And I did forgot to mention that in the second rhythm guitar there is a slight change in the build-up part. So it starts with both playing the same, just single two notes, this little, then it's a third, and then one guitar switches to a fifth. So you got this kind of rising movement going on, which is also doubled down with the bass guitar. That's really as much as you can do without getting too complex. It's like really simple but clear movements. Alright, that's it for the stringed instruments. Let's go for some drums then. For the drums I was experimenting a bit, and originally I thought it's just punk rock, I can probably actually record it on my electric drum kit because it can't be that hard. Turns out I really do suck at playing drums, and no, I can't record it. So the second thing was, yeah, I guess I have to program it in again, which is kinda hard though, because it doesn't align to the grid, so I have to just like go for it and figure out where the notes I put in here end up like in comparison to the guitars and the bass. So in the end I figured I have to use a mixture between both of these techniques, and I will actually record the drums, but not on the drum kit, but on my keyboard and with my fingers rather than with my whole arms. So I will just use the QWERTY keyboard. That actually kind of works, like something like that. So let's do this. Alright, that's the kick drum and the snare drum. Let's go for some hi-hats over that. It kinda really sucks, but I guess it's punk rock, so yeah. So as you can see here, this is basically the most basic punk rock beat you can come up with. It's like 4 snares per bar, and the snares are always on the whole upbeats. And the kick drum is either going like full on the quarters, like or is doing this, so I think it's called a D beat, like this 1/16 after the first snare and then 1/16 in front of the second snare. Kind of like this. Yeah, and that also really fits nicely to the rhythm of the guitars in the chorus section. Because they're also playing like dum da dum da dum dum da dum da dum, and you have like dum dum da dum dum da. Let's actually add some ride cymbal in here. Yeah, something like that for the chorus. I will clean up the drums a bit from the timing later on, because it does really suck hard right now. But I want to also keep some of the rhythmical inaccuracies just for the sake of the genre. I finished recording the drums so far and also spiced it up with some crash cymbals here and there, some snare fills and some bigger kind of tom part in the build-up part. Sounds like this. Wow, still sucks hard, but I kinda like it though. And yeah, that's it for the instrumentals. So let's go for some vocals. So what are punk rock lyrics usually about? I guess something like, fuck the system, I don't want to work, I just want to drink beer, and maybe fuck, I don't know, do punks have sex? I guess so, I mean they're hedonists after all, right? So Ugh, imagine the smell, but yeah. Let's come up with some nonsensical, non-confirming lyrics that also aren't too deep, because like after all it's just like, fuck you, I just want to have a happy life, and like no like actual leftist theory in there. Just yeah, hedonistic kind of feel-good music, like aggressive feel-good music. So I will just come up with some lyrics really quick, and then I will talk about how I will record them in a second here. Alright, so I got down some lyrics for the song, and I made it like that the first few verses are stuff that our punk singer doesn't want to do because they kinda suck, like going to work and shit. And the last two verses are stuff he does want to do, like drinking beer and all the stuff I mentioned before, because they're kinda lit. And I also put it down like the verses are like in this I form, so I don't wanna and blah blah blah, and the chorus is in we form, just as a reference to the strong sense of community in the punk scene. Alright, so for vocal style I will just do some basic shouting, and I'm not talking like metal technique shouting, I'm literally talking like loud speaking. So I will just, I guess, step up from the mic a few centimeters and just like kinda shout like parents shout at their children, or like something more intuitively, not really any real technique involved here. And I decided to let the first verse be instrumental and then the vocals come in with the second verse. We'll just do like some let's go, yeah, woo in between here. Oh yeah, and before we record our vocals, let's do some classic punk rock vocal warm-up routine, which is, you guessed it.
Let's go! Woo! I don't want to go to work. That's what I'm doing. My body hurts. This soul sounds like shit, and I'm not down for that. Yes, I'm just not going to live in this society. You will not know that. We're not down for that.
The "we live in a society" line is brought to you by Gangweed. I want to do second chorus like the singer singing singly, singing it out, whatever. And the chorus after that is like the whole band comes in and all kind of punk rock choir style vocals for there. Yeah, let's do the single singer singing. I think the in-between part here will mostly be instrumental.
Oh, let's go!
I think another let's go. It's a punk rock meta. Yeah, so let's come to the next verses, which are the verses about the stuff we do want to do. And they won't end with the catchphrase, I'm not down for that, but obviously with I am down for that. So yeah, that's some positive note to end on here.
I just want to shoot for there, and I just want to fuck tonight. And next day I will stay in bed. I am down for that. I want to be happy with my friends and mom. Do this nonsense. Drink some beer and smoke some pot. I am down for that.
Alright, yeah, that's the main vocals. Let's do backing vocals, kinda obvious. We're going to 4-layer gang shout the catchphrase and then completely gang shout a few of these choruses.
I'm not down for that.
Maybe I will just adjust my voice a little bit so I sound kind of like a different person every time I'm doing the gang shouts.
I'm not down for that.
Or one deeper version and one higher version. Oh well.
I'm not down for that.
Alright, and with the last two choruses, we're doing it like that. First time the singer is single again. And then we have every 5 voices together. Oh boy, where is this going? That's it, guys. That's it for the vocals. No re-recordings. I will, mix this really quick. I think it already sounds pretty punkish. So, alright, so let me do the mix and then talk about what I did. I think it's not going to be much, to be honest, when I'm done with that. Alrighty, then let's talk you through the mix. And as you could have expected, there is not too much going on here since I wanted to convey this garage sound, kind of. So let's start off with the guitars. This time I'm using Pod Farm, and the reason I'm doing so is because Pod Farm has this one amp that I always thought of like, this is fucking unusable because it's so harsh and damn nasty and aggressive, and you could maybe use it for punk because it's like literally too disgusting for everything else. So I figured, yeah, let's use exactly this amp. Don't even know what it is based on. That's how the amp sounds just on its own. So super harsh and aggressive, and I just got in some equalizer to round the sound off a bit and some room reverb. Not a huge difference, to be honest. So the bass is literally as simple as it gets. There is just one amp and one cabinet, and that's it, and that's how it sounds like. So I guess a lot of the punk rock feel actually comes from my sloppy playing, because I'm really not good at fingering the bass. So same goes for the guitars, with like the two tracks being like not really in sync all the time. So that's kind of what builds the character in this piece rather than the mixing itself. So let's continue with the drums, and as well there's not much going on. A bit of EQ to round off the low end a bit, because the kick was like bit too bassy, and I also use a bit of room reverb and stereo panning to narrow the stereo width a bit, so it sounds like more distant, because usually when you have like your cymbals and the toms spread out all the way, it kind of sounds like you are sitting in the drummer's seat, so it's like very, very close to you. And when you narrow that down, it sounds more like the drums are sitting like 5-10 meters in front of you. And that's kind of the sound I was going for here, with a super simple approach. And again, the super sloppy playing of me literally pressing the buttons on the keyboard to type in the inputs helps definitely to get the sloppy punk rock sound. Normal people would call it shit drumming, but especially like the second half of the tom groove is so incredibly bad. That's like really amateur level drumming. It kind of works in this case, so let's keep it that way. So for the vocals, it's just basic compression, basic EQ, a bit of distortion here, and again some room reverb. This is how it sounds like.
I don't want to go to work and work until my body hurts. This totally sounds like shit and I'm not down for that.
Yeah, pretty cringe, sing it out, but that's what vocals are. And with the gang shouts, we basically have the same effects, just the distortion isn't that hard, and they are all like panned out left and right, so you have like this group standing around the microphone kind of feel.
Go fuck your conformity, we live in a society, we will never bend the knee.
And mastering again is just some basic EQ, bringing up some mids, basic compression, basic limiter, like nothing fancy going on again, just to bring up the loudness a bit. That's it for the mix, and as always I made a little music video coming up now, and yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the song and learn something, and I will see you in the next video, so cheers!
Let's go! Woo! I don't want to go to work and work until my body hurts. This totally sounds like shit and I'm not down for that. Go fuck your conformity, we live in a society. We will never bend the knee, we're not down for that. I don't want to go to church and pray to some weird overlord to forgive my sins and all that shit. I'm not down for that. I don't want to go to war and fight for God and fatherland. Just fuck off with all the crap, I'm not down for that. Go fuck your conformity, we live in a society. We will never bend the knee, we're not down for that. Go fuck your conformity, we live in a society. We will never bend the knee, we're not down for that. Drink all night and I just want to fuck all night, and next day I will stay in bed. I am down for that. I want to hang out with my friends and party till the madness ends. Drink some beer and smoke some pot. I am down for that. Go fuck your conformity, we